Hey guys, good afternoon. Today I have an interesting question. I got through my inbox. Someone asked me, how do I calculate a total cost of ownership? I mean, total cost of ownership is self-explanatory. Someone who's in procurement should be knowing that when you procure a product or an asset on behalf of the company, you must look at all the costs associated with owning that particular product. This is one of the questions that actually fascinates me, because I just wonder that how many of us look into the costs that come with buying a particular product or service. This is what also came to my mind when I thought about this question, that there are a lot of hidden costs that suppliers don't declare. And if you don't ask those questions upfront, you might lose an opportunity of ensuring that you have done your full TCO analysis. Okay, and I'm just going to mention a few of them. Admin fees. You know, when you actually procure services like professional services, legal services, there's a particular rate that you will pay for if you want them to handle a matter. But there are admin fees that come with it. There's costs that come with it that you don't even quantify. And now when you do a supply spend at the end of the year, you realize, oh, hi man, this is more than what you agreed on. You need to look out for those things. And service interruption fee. This is very common in IT projects. Service interruption fee, or even in facilities, those HVACs, when something goes off and people start charging you for service interruption fees, you didn't even look at that when you were doing your total cost of ownership. Another thing is call out fees. My gosh. I just feel like I can pull my hair out when I think about call out fees. People do not mention, or suppliers do not mention, call out fees. And if you do not check the kind of service I'm getting, the kind of product that I'm buying, is it going to require the service provider to bring about their guys on site? And are they going to charge me for those call out fees? Call out fees are just like, wow. No, we need to talk about call out fees, guys. I just feel like, how do you quantify call out fee? Someone charges you 850 call out fee. You are 3 kilometers away. You probably have defined how much tariff fees are there for those kind of things. Don't try me. Another hidden cost, disbursements. Oh, who knows this pain? Very common in construction projects. My goodness, if you don't manage those PNGs, like death. Okay, disbursements, you must manage your suppliers pretty well to make sure when they price, that committed disbursements amount must just be there. How many times you travel, what you do in between, how you do to save what, sort it out. Okay, pass-through expenses. This is another way that I find as hidden costs. I mean, toll fees, okay, transport fees, whatever. If it's really not defined well, this can be one of those things, those little foxes that eat up the savings in a way. Okay, and then upgrade fees. IT projects or software solutions, there's a lot of upgrade fees that come with it. Né? Sometimes, in a tender pricing or whatever that's submitted to you as a price, if you don't check, this thing will need an upgrade. You did not mention the price, and I need to know price 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, post that, what is the maintenance fee? We're not charging each other any upgrade fees, but if we don't look into it, it can be one of those things that chows your money as a business. All right. And then T's and C's, those finer detail that you don't read in contracts. The T's and C's of inflation cost is another one. I once have been in a situation where we bought this product from overseas, and inflation went, the rand crashed more than 16 or 17 at the time to US dollar. And guess what? The final detail that we did not read in that contract said the client bears the risk if the rand is above 14. You feel like dying as a procurement professional. Like, how did I not see this? How did we miss? And you have to pay now 2 million you never budgeted for. Failure costs in production and rework costs. If you do not negotiate well in the beginning, ensure that it's mentioned in your TCO analysis. This is one of the things, again, that can put you in massive trouble. So you have to look out for these things. These are like little foxes. Those little foxes. When you earn every month, you get your salary. It comes in, then stuff goes out. Come in, debit orders go out. You know, you're earning, but you don't know what you're doing with your money. If you literally sit down and check, Mara, what am I spending on? What is chewing my money? Those contracts that you don't even look at, that you need to negotiate, you know, those automatic renewals, one of those things. This is just one of those things. It happens in procurement. And you know, if you don't look at this hidden cost, you know, the small foxes that are eating up your money as a business, believe me, you can lose a lot. You wonder, man, we budgeted 10 million for this portfolio, but now we are spending how much? 15. Or we budgeted 5 million to get this installation done, maintenance done. We were sure it was 5 million. Why are we spending 8 million? Like, I don't understand. Look into this hidden cost chart, you're gonna see. Last but not least, termination calculation fees, guys. You know, in a contract, especially the one that terminates for convenience, there are calculation fees that you would define and say, if I choose to terminate out of convenience in 3 months, this is what a termination calculation fee is. I once got into a deal that was we're buying services in Australia, and those guys were saying, typically I'm in this contract for 3 months. And there we went negotiating termination calculation fees. So business guys committed to achieve those targets, and that's story for another day. So that's it from me today. Look out for those hidden costs whenever you're evaluating a total cost of ownership, because it is imperative where you can lose out a lot of value. Cheers from me. Chat again soon. Bye.